Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 7th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Bad Batch, a lot of Star Wars fans have truly been looking forward to the future of the universe by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Bob Chapek, the Disney CEO, Deborah Chow, that's the director of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, really working along with Jon and Dave and really trying to make things work for the best. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time. So, moving forward, we do know that, of course, a lot of shows out there, like the Ahsoka Tano series starring Rosario Dawson, that's going to be, of course, filming very soon, in early 2022. They're looking around April to really begin the big part of principal photography. And we're going to have a lot of fan-favorite characters entering into that show, mind you. We got Sabine Wren coming our way, we've got Thrawn, Ezra Bridger, and others coming on board of that new Star Wars TV show. So by the end of this month, alright, around the 3rd week of December, maybe the 4th week, we're going to be learning about the full cast of the Ahsoka Tano series. Now, on to Gina Carano, alright? We all know what happened to Gina Carano back in February of this year. Can you believe it's been almost a year since she was fired? I mean, time just flies, but ever since she was fired by Kathleen Kennedy and how poorly it was handled of how she was fired and terminated, we've seen a lot of change over at Lucasfilm. We have seen a lot of change within the Star Wars fandom and how they perceive Lucasfilm as a company, right? So, moving on toward Gina Carano as an actress, as a person, she's been a little bit more, vocal about her experience, a little bit more honest about her experience at Lucasfilm and working on the set of The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2. So, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their new Star Wars TV shows and movies, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are getting prepared to begin filming the Ahsoka Tano show for Disney+. However, it's described that many adjustments are happening behind the scenes for the Star Wars universe. It's described, however, that in a recent interview with actress Gina Carano, Carano went on to unveil more about Lucasfilm when she was working on the Mandalorian series. Now, Carano recently went on to state that when I was working on Season 2 with Jon Favreau, I vividly remember that many of the creators working on the show in the very beginning wanted nothing to do with George Lucas or his vision of Star Wars. This included many of the artists, visual artists, and others that were actually very much more in line with using techniques to stay away from his philosophy. Now, when I first agreed to return for Season 2, I can remember like it was yesterday, that this season almost dropped all aspects of Lucas's vision of how the brand should be created. Carano went on to state that those who wanted nothing to do with George Lucas were at no surprise very close to Miss Kenneedy, who at the time were, of course, not using any of the beloved cameos that we saw in Season 2, and how they were pushing for all of that. I remember Favreau pushing for Ahsoka, pushing for Boba Fett, and even not backing down by bringing in Bo-Katan. In the beginning, Kathleen Kennedy wanted nothing to do with all of this. Nothing. And I say this with every word, that I felt so broken when I actually was able to learn more about how Miss Kennedy was even trying to shoot down Favreau's vision, who has actually been great to me as not just as an actress, but also as a person. Favreau also has given me so much to look forward to when it came to Star Wars when I signed on for Season 2. It was a miracle that I was able to become a part of this cast and to work with on set. Now, what I will say is that once Favreau and Filoni really pushed for the big-time cameos and characters to become a part of Season 2, I was actually stunned that this actually happened. I was beginning to think that we were not going to get Ahsoka or Bo-Katan, let alone Boba Fett, if it weren't for Favreau being persistent with his dream and his vision to those at Disney. I seriously doubt that we would have gotten what we actually got in Season 2. When I was let go from the show, I felt awful, especially seeing those like Freddie Prinze Jr. mocking me on Twitter. Like, how childish is that? Like, I felt like I was in high school again. No, middle school. It was really hard to process of how people could actually hate me so badly and judge me so easily. I still am talking about with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, and we also have great conversations that I really can't talk about. But I love the Star Wars fans. I love joining them on social media and just being me. I'm not into the whole Hollywood and being materialistic type things, you know? I just love people and those that support me because it makes me feel at home and not alone at all. So, about Gina Carano, right? This is something that's very interesting because this kind of gives us a better imagery of what was going on behind the scenes of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. So, we're now learning more and more about how Kathleen Kennedy wanted to shoot down everything related to the cameos, or not just the cameos, but the characters that we all have seen in Season 2. One thing I can say about Gina Carano is that you can tell right here that she's very honest, she's very genuine to the Star Wars fandom, she cares about the fans, she cares about the lore. And now, I don't know if you guys actually knew this, but when we go ahead and examine everything related to Gina Carano as an actress, alright, she said this about Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni before in the past, that they are the ones that really wanted to bring back Star Wars lore because they are fans of the Star Wars Legends material. If you guys look very closely at Season 1 and Season 2, you will see a lot of callbacks to Star Wars Legends from the 1990s into the early 2000s. And they're really going to be taking advantage about a lot of that in Season 3 and Season 4 and other Star Wars TV shows that are going to go beyond the mandoverse, right? The thing about Gina Carano and what she was able to unveil, I think gives us a better, vivid image of what was really happening. You know, we saw the fact that Kathleen Kennedy wanted nothing to do with the cameos of Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker. I mean, if it weren't for those cameos and for those character, you know, revelations, I don't think that we would have seen Season 2 in the same way that we see it now. It sure would have still been good, but I doubt it would have been as good as it would have been without the cameos. Now, the great thing about Mando Season 2 by introducing those characters is that it opened the gateway to the other TV shows. It's what allowed Favreau and Filoni to realize, hey, you know, let's make an Ahsoka Tano TV series, or hey, let's make a show about Boba Fett. You know, they saw the great fan reception, they saw the great feedback, and if it weren't for those cameos, if it weren't for those character introductions in Season 2 of Mando, we wouldn't have the Book of Boba Fett, we wouldn't have the Ahsoka Tano series. I highly doubt that. So we can really all thank Jon Favreau for, like Gina Carano said, him being very persistent and him really pushing the higher-ups over at Disney to make this happen and to not listen to Kathleen Kennedy to shoot down his dream and to shoot down his vision. I do respect him for that. I really do like a person, an individual like that takes a stand and really kind of just keeps chipping away at his vision. And I really do enjoy that. I like the fact that Season 2 has that callbacks to the vision by George Lucas and how it kind of dives more into the legends and bringing those animated characters to life like Ahsoka Tano and Bo-Katan. Amazing work. You know, and the fact that we will be getting Sabine Wren in the Ahsoka Tano series, Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn. I mean, what's not to like about that, right? So overall, I think that we are on the road to success here with Star Wars, with a lot of new TV shows that are going to be very successful. So with that being said, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.